Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our mini interview series with the amazing women who are going to be speaking at the SQLBits conference this year. This conference is happening between March 14th and 18th, 2023 at Wales. If you're looking for a good data conference to attend, this is your chance. It looks like an amazing conference. And we are interviewing some of the women speakers who are going to be speaking there. Today's speaker is Deepthi Goguri, and she will be speaking on two different topics at this conference. One is A to Z Azure Security concepts, and the second one is Can an Introvert Become an International Speaker? The timings here are listed in local time. Deepthi is going to be remote though, right, Deepthi? You're going to be presenting.
Yes, I'll be.
Okay,
Yes.
she's going to be presenting from the US. Our sponsor for today is SQL Taylor Consulting. Joe Fleming donates $20 to Girls Who Code for every guest we interview here on the show. Thank you, Joe. And anyone who's looking for remote DBA assistance, he may be a good resource to reach out to. All right, let's get started. Deepthi, tell us something about yourself.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share my sessions, like what I'm going to speak at SQLBits. I'm so excited. Myself, I'm Deepthi Goguri. I'm a database administrator, having about like 8 years of experience as a DBA, and I had an honor of data platform MVP just a couple of months ago. I'm really honored to get that award. It means a lot to me. And apart from that, I'm also co-organizer for a couple of user groups. I'm a co-organizer for Microsoft Data and AI South Florida user group. And also I'm a co-organizer for Diversity, Equity and Inclusion user group. And also I do volunteer for Women in Technology user group as well. Yeah, I think like apart from my work, my job as well as my SQL family community work, I love doing arts and crafts. The one which you see behind me, I made it with my own hands. So
it's so beautiful and colorful. I love it.
Thank you. And the very big one out there, you are seeing the big square with all the green. Those are the 3D garden with succulents in it. So it's an artificial one as well. I made it. So it gives me so much peace. It's like a meditation.
My succulents are real. They sit here. They came in from my balcony. They seem to like my indoors better than outside, which is really strange. I never expected that, but they're growing like crazy.
Awesome. I love it.
I'm more of a fake flower girl. I have a brown thumb. Anytime anybody brings a living plant to me, I'm like, ooh, that's going to die. I'm sorry. I'm a serial plant killer.
I have a lot of indoor plants as well. I love both of them. I like green. So
nice. So you're introvert to international speaker. That's a lightning session, right? With Alpa?
With Alpa Budapati, yeah. It's a 20-minute lightning talk.
And what are y'all going to be talking about?
Alpa too. Yeah.
So basically, it's an honor to speak with my co-presenter Alpa Budapati because we both started our speaking career in the same platform, New Stars of Data. So we are so excited to tell the other professionals out there who are looking to speak for the first time, like if they are like introverts, just like the way I am, and Alpa says that she's an introvert as well. So we are introverts, and we stepped out of our comfort zone and we started speaking, taking that wonderful platform, New Stars of Data, organized by Ben Wiesman and William Durkin. They gave this wonderful opportunity, and we had the honor to have a mentor as well while preparing for the presentation. We are not alone. We have the mentor throughout our preparation journey, as well as while we are presenting, they stay with us on call just to give us the support. So we just want to share our experiences of how we get started, and how that just that one presentation did not stop us, but we moved forward with the different presentations, and we continued to become better each and every single time we present. And how we can encourage other professionals out there who really don't know if they can get started, but we wanted to just give them the hope that we started from the same place and they can do it as well.
I saw that you submitted to our monthly webinar too. So we'll talk more about that introvert thing in that. I can talk about that for some time, but it's not in this particular thing. So
Yeah.
tell us more about what kind of audience do you expect for the Azure Talk?
For the Azure Talk. So basically in the session A to Z, all about Azure security concepts. The type of audiences are like professionals who are just going to get started with Azure, learning Azure at the beginner level, and also the professionals who are in the intermediate level to the expert level. Because I cover a lot of concepts over there, I cover all the security layers that we have, like the network security layer, how many different like firewall rules, and then a private link, and then access management like authorization, and then authentication. What does those actually mean? And how like Azure Active Directory I'm going to talk, and how many access methods that we have, like SQL authentication. Can we really use SQL authentication in Azure? Like how is it different from on-prem databases? And we are also going to talk about the threat protection, like the Azure Defender, SQL auditing, how we can audit our data in Azure. And we are also going to talk about the information protection, like data encryption at rest, encryption while the data is being transferred from the application to the database. We are going to talk about the data enclaves. And we are also going to, I'm looking at my notes because there are a lot of topics. There are a lot of topics
Azure
I'm going to
Security is
cover.
huge. Like
Yes,
the stuff I've been working on this past few weeks, it was billed to me as, oh, this is a Synapse project. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Synapse at all. I had to do,
Lot of
log
components.
analytics and setting up diagnostics. And, once you get all that set up, well, then that person doesn't have the right permissions, and you got to go in and figure out what level of role you have to give them. And, reader doesn't work. You got to have contributor. You got to have the special Bob storage contributor. I mean, the security on Azure is just, it's a huge topic, and there's just so much to it.
Topic.
So
And
is there
in
any
50
background
minutes,
knowledge necessary to attend, or somebody who's totally new to Azure can attend and understand how it works, or how is that?
they need to just have an idea of how Azure Portal looks like. If they
Okay.
have that idea of how it looks like, then because I show everything in the form of a screenshot. Because in 50 minutes I need to talk about a lot of content. I'm also going to talk about the role-based access control, like what are the built-in roles that we have in Azure, and what are the roles that we can build, like custom roles that we can build in Azure SQL database. They are similar to the roles that we have, but also we have additional roles in Azure SQL database. So we are going to talk about that. And also, last but not least, we are also going to talk about the data governance, where like if your data is sensitive, like for example, SSN, date of birth, or like last name, we can tag those as the sensitive columns, and then we can make sure we get the alerts if somebody is trying to access that kind of information. It comes under the SQL auditing again. It's a mix and match. Everything is connected to the all the parts are connected. So it's so important to talk about each and every layer. I believe like beginner level professionals trying to learn Azure, as well as the intermediate to expert level, because as I'm covering each and every layer, there is always something to learn, right? So
good. Yeah. So some knowledge of the Azure portal would be helpful.
Yes, just they have to know like how the portal looks like. If they want to search something, where do have, like there is a search bar, they need to go and look how to create the Azure SQL database, which is like a very simple thing if you do it manually. So yeah, little knowledge.
Are there any scripts, or is it all going to be GUI driven, or how does that work?
It is going to be the informative driven. Like I will also show like everything, because it is like a beginner to intermediate level. I showed everything as a screenshot, like how they can create by using the GUI. There is no code here. There is no code involved right at this point of time.
Okay.
Awesome. Sounds like a great session.
Yeah.
Yes. Lot of
Did say earlier you're going to be remote, right? So I don't get to give you a hug in person.
Yeah, I will be doing virtually. Yeah,
I
we
wish
met in
on
Path
the
Summit. Glad we met in
Oh,
Path Summit.
I know. Summit was awesome. I wish on the SQLBits schedule there was like a color differentiator that you could just look at and know, oh, this one's orange, so it's on site, and this one's blue, so it's remote,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Just so
You know,
that
I underestimated how remote was until this last past summit. And I think to some degree it varies by conference too. I'm not sure because the earlier presentations I did in 2020, if you were remote at a live conference, you didn't get that many people. But this last at past summit, I had a full room. I mean,
Very nice.
that's
yeah,
awesome.
my
Yeah.
moderator was telling me that you had as good an audience as any in-person speaker could ever hope for, and people were very engaged. It went really well. So I hope the same for you. I hope you have a full room, and hope it goes really
Oh,
well.
thank you so much,
It's
Leah.
it's a sort of an odd feeling being remote when everybody else is there on site. If it's a totally virtual conference, that's different. But a blended one is always an odd feeling for remote attendees.
Last time when I spoke for SQL Bits 2022, I
Mhm.
gave a session with Matt Gordon. He's in person and I am virtual, but still the flow was like very smooth. We enjoyed a lot actually because he was there to take the questions and
Right.
ask me so that I can answer from here.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
was nice,
Matt is a great speaker there too.
wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful speaker,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And a wonderful person as well.
Yes.
So then you spoke last year at Bits. This is your
Yes.
second time speaking at Bits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Last year I spoke 2 sessions and this year 2 sessions. Yeah. I'm so
Yes,
honored
but you
to
are
speak
a
here.
rising star. Your new star of data
It
trajectory
means a
has
lot. Thank you so
taken
much.
off. Yes, no, you are one of the superstars that have come out of that program, and it's
Yes.
really
Still a lot
exciting
to
to see
learn.
you. Yes,
A lot to
no, it
learn.
is.
All right.
Do you
Thank
have
you.
anything other than your crafts that you do that you want to share
Ah,
with us? What do you like to do?
that's a wonderful question. I love reading books. I mean, like previously, like couple of years ago, until then, I don't like reading books because it makes me sleepy. But then I had this Audible downloaded and I started speaking while I work out. Um, I started listening to the audiobooks. Like David Goggins is my favorite. He's a Navy SEAL and he wrote a couple of books, like one is Can't Hurt Me and the other one, new one, is Never Finished, which is like a motivational thing. Like he says, like, don't talk but just do it. He'll just say like stop listening to the audio podcast and then just go and do it. So I am like very much fascinated, and currently those are the things that I'm doing apart from the, for now I just put all the stuff which I do, like the crafts and things stuff, I put it aside because I'm too much busy with 2 kids, 2 little
Mhm.
ones, with the work and then with the community stuff and all. But I am still placing some of my time for those books because some most of the time these days I'm feeling down, like I don't want to do anything. I feel very bored and then lazy.
Mhm.
Those books really help me.
All
And
right.
2 kids will wear you out.
Oh, I'm
Mm.
sure. 2 little ones. I'm
Sometimes I
sure.
want to go somewhere. I never want to come back again.
We've all felt like that, trust me.
And it's okay to feel that way. I have every right to feel that. Oh,
Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to join us today, and I'm really
Thank you.
looking forward to your sessions.
thank you so
Yes.
much, Mala, and thank you so much, Leslie, for giving me this wonderful platform to speak about my sessions. And yeah, I'm looking forward to SQL Bits. I'm looking forward, if at all I'll get selected for the Women in Technology session that I
Oh, of
submitted.
course. Our
It will be an
sessions,
honor to
unless
speak.
there is a very, it's something totally out of, what we are looking for. It isn't a grand selection process or anything. Everybody speaks. If there were that many women who want to speak up, it would be great.
Wow, wow, yeah,
We still
yeah.
aren't there yet.
Oh yeah,
So no worries there. Yeah.
I wish, I wish more women come up to speak, more
Right.
women to the new stars of data, and that was
Right.
one of the reasons why we even thought of putting this introvert to Introvert to International Speaker session together.
Well, congratulations again.
Thank
Super
you. Thank
excited
you.
for your MVP and
Thank
can't
you
wait
so
to
much.
see you at Bits.